to episode 5 of the series. We're in Spain today at the Circuit de Catalunya. As you can probably read in the title, Lewis Hamilton is starting from the back of the grid. Let's see how this race goes. Vettel and Rosberg take up the front row, Kimi Räikkönen P3, and then as you'll see in a second, as we go through the grid, Hamilton starts from the back. We did not get a time setting qualifying, so we'll be keeping an eye on Hamilton today. We also keep an eye on Sebastian Vettel as we go to 5 red lights, and as lights out and away we go. It's a good start from both of the Germans at the front. They're already starting to pull away. Hamilton looks to already have made up 2 places at the back. But Rosberg and Vettel will go into turn 1, and Vettel will come out of turn 1 ahead. Kimi Räikkönen has lost P3 to Daniel Ricciardo. Max Verstappen is in P5. And Kimi Räikkönen starts to pull away. Rosberg second, Ricciardo third, fourth. But let's go and let's look for Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton has made 2 places up to P20 in this race. That is important for the race, but Rosberg is starting to gain on Vettel already. Vettel with a little bit of oversteer there. Now obviously we're going to do the same, and we're going to speed through this race a little bit until we get to key parts, and that was wide from Rosberg. Well, Vettel and Rosberg are going to be having a good battle together this race. And down into the chicane, Rosberg with a much better run. Out of the last corner we go. Down into turn 1 we go. And Räikkönen looking for the move on Ricciardo. Räikkönen makes the move. And then we go to the lead Ferrari. Rosberg second, Räikkönen third, Ricciardo fourth, Verstappen fifth, and they're already starting to build up a gap to the Force India of Sergio Perez. I'm sorry, that's a McLaren, sorry. There's the lead McLaren which are building the gap too. And P20 still for Lewis Hamilton. Can he make a comeback in this race is a big question. We're going to watch Nico Rosberg for a bit as he tries his best to start to gain on Sebastian Vettel. So you can already see that gap being built by the top 5 here. If Lewis Hamilton wants to get to the podium, he's going to have to push through the grid and close this gap. I feel like the top 3 now are starting to build a gap from the 2 Red Bulls. 2 Red Bulls going for it with each other. Verstappen going for a move. Verstappen makes the move. But the top 3 are starting to pull away. We're starting to already see gaps building up as we focus on Rosberg, as Rosberg sandwiched between the 2 Ferrari cars. And can Rosberg do anything is the big question. I mean, we know that the Mercedes has so much more straight line speed than the Ferrari of St. Vettel. And Rosberg and Vettel go wheel to wheel in turn 1. Vettel remains ahead though. And that is an amazing driving from Sebastian Vettel. As here we see the Williams making a move on the McLaren. And as we go back a little bit further, can we find Lewis Hamilton? Lewis Hamilton is... Oh, let's work this out. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18... Lewis Hamilton up to P17. He is pushing. Now we can see again. Front 3. Trying to open that gap. It'll be interesting to see what strategy they go for, whether it's a 1-stop or a 2-stop this race. Räikkönen looking for a move now. Räikkönen makes the move on Rosberg. Does he make the move on Rosberg? He does make the move on Rosberg. He went for his teammate Sebastian Vettel as well, but he stuck to just going for Rosberg there. Rosberg now down to P3. So 1 Mercedes gaining positions, 1 Mercedes losing positions. That's how this race is going so far. Reminder, last time out, the 2 Mercedes DNF'd at Russia a collision with Daniel Ricciardo in the first corner. So, be interesting to see what can these what can these Mercedes do today? Can they gain, or will they just lose on people? So we have Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Räikkönen, Nico Rosberg, Max Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas, can't tell who is Felipe Massa, Danny Kvyat, Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton. So let's go through the levels. So 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th now for Lewis Hamilton. That's 6 places gained so far this race already. And Sebastian Vettel remains in the lead. Just teammate Kimi Räikkönen try to overtake. Remember this? Vettel is leading the championship after Russia, so depending on what happens tonight, he might gain places, he might lose places. Sorry I said tonight because it's dark whilst I'm filming this, but I mean in today's race. Vettel's starting to pull away, but is Räikkönen just backing Rosberg into the Red Bulls? That's interesting. He might just be trying to back the Mercedes into the Red Bulls. It was interesting to see what will happen here. As we go down the main street, Räikkönen's gaining. Räikkönen can't quite make the move on his teammate. But he's dragged Rosberg back into this again, in striking distance of his teammate Sebastian Vettel. That could be dangerous. As Räikkönen trying to do what he can. Obviously Räikkönen wants his first win of the season as well. And Räikkönen makes the move into turn 1. No, Vettel round the outside of turn 1 remains ahead. Vettel is really not wanting to give Räikkönen a chance. Or Rosberg a chance. Vettel wants this race win more than anything right now, by the looks of it. Räikkönen will not give up. He will most likely have a go at his teammate again down the main straight. I would not be surprised. And he is. He's gone to the inside. But again, Vettel, the confidence, go late on the brakes and around the outside. That is what separates Vettel from Räikkönen today. Vettel's eagerness to go round the outside. It's wonderful to see a driver with such confidence. As we continue along. Next race obviously is Monaco. If anyone was interested in knowing what the next track is, it is the Circuit de Monaco. Yeah. Just north of Catalonia. So the question is, can anything happen today? As we see again. So let's have a look. P1, P2, P3 with the 2 Ferraris and Rosberg. P4 Verstappen, P5 Ricciardo, P6 Bottas, P7 and McLaren, P8 Force India. This is most likely Sergio Perez. P9 the Haas, Romain Grosjean will be my guess. I already filled what position up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 the other Haas. 11th Massa, 12th the other McLaren. 13th now Lewis Hamilton. 15th Carlos Sainz. 16th. 17th is Danny Kvyat. 18th is Ericsson. 19th Fairline. 20th probably Palmer or K-Mag. Well, it's either Palmer or K-Mag. No, 20. Sorry, let's do this through this. 22nd, 21st, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Yeah, 13th is Lewis Hamilton. Sorry, is this Sebastian Vettel? No, that's Kimi Raikkonen now leading the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel in P2 and... Oh, sorry. Apologies, I figured that's the chicane there. I thought that's a driver going off track. About 6th of the way through this Grand Prix. This was a very good battle for the lead in this first stint of the Grand Prix actually. You know, 3 drivers going at it. And Vettel is now going to be took by Rosberg and Vettel remains ahead. And it's Vettel's tyres starting to get warm by the amount of defending he was doing early on. Should he have let his teammate pass earlier on in the race? There's a big question to be asked because his tyres seem to be wearing out as Rosberg is doing everything. Rosberg is all over the back of Sebastian Vettel now and Vettel is in the pits. Sebastian Vettel pits. Is this going to be a good stop from the Ferrari man? In. Tyres off, tyres on, out. Very, very nice stop from Rosberg. No strong review from Vettel, but now can Nico Rosberg catch Kimi Raikkonen? That looks to be an early stop from Sebastian Vettel as well, but I'm not 100% sure. But Raikkonen leads from Rosberg. P3 is Max Verstappen. Will our race leader pit? Rosberg in as well. So, what will this be? In the pit box. Tyres off, tyres on, out. Fast stop from the Ferrari. And the gap remains roughly the same. Max Verstappen was also in. Max Verstappen had a very fast stop as well. And Vettel out just ahead of Raikkonen. Vettel with the undercut, and it looks like the undercut has worked, and now Lewis Hamilton is ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. So if we go through this order, so we have India, Haas, Ferrari. It is Sergio Perez, Roman Grosjean, Sebastian Vettel. And Vettel making the pass Roman Grosjean. Lewis Hamilton is in 5th at this point, but Hamilton still needs to pit. You can see the fresh tyres on some of these guys. Vettel still warming them tyres up. But he will have the run on Sergio Perez with the DRS down into turn 1. Vettel goes to the inside and he makes a move. Let's concentrate on Lewis Hamilton for a bit, because the question is, when will Lewis Hamilton pit? What strategy will Lewis Hamilton do for the 66 laps around this track today? Next time out in Monaco, Hamilton will have to qualify somewhere good if he wants to get good points, because Monaco is not a nice track to have to try overtake on. And we go past the pit and Lewis Hamilton is into the pit. What kind of a stop will Lewis Hamilton have? So we have a Force India and a Mercedes in. Hamilton into his pit box. Decent stop from Hamilton. We also have a Haas in the pits. It looks like Hamilton's actually... Hamilton's jumped the Force India. I think Hamilton may have jumped the Force India. And now... There's P1, P2, P3, P4. Oh, big lockup from Max Verstappen there. With Nico Rosberg behind him, and that's going to slow Rosberg down. And Rosberg is already starting to lose out on Sergio Perez and Kimi Raikkonen a bit because of that lockup from Max Verstappen. Now Kimi Raikkonen is going to want to get past Sergio Perez as early as he can. And is he going to make it in this corner? He does make it in that corner. So we're now focusing on Nico Rosberg, sandwiched between the two Red Bulls. There's so much between the Ferraris now, so much between the Red Bulls. And Rosberg needs to try and make Sergio Perez into the pits as we can. But Rosberg needs to make the move, and he backs out of the move near the end there, and it looks like another lockup from Max Verstappen on them hard tyres. Medium tyres, actually. Has Max Verstappen not warmed them up enough? He's locking up a lot. And Rosberg's still sandwiched between the Red Bull. Or he'll have a shot down into turn 1. And he's going to take it, and he's going to make the move clear before turn 1. And now he is on the push. Vettel leads from Raikkonen, P3 Rosberg, P4 Verstappen, P5 Ricciardo, P6 Kvyat, P7 Bottas, P8 Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is already up to P8. And Hamilton is really pushing this race. We're going to focus with Hamilton for a bit. And he continue his push? Or will he drop off? Hey Louis. I'm commentating, by the way. Nice. That sounds like a good one. Hamilton, can he get past the Williams down into turn 1? And Hamilton's going to go for them, and he's going to pass the Williams miles before turn 1. That's just the difference in pace. You've got Danny Kvyat to chase next, and then it's the Red Bulls who are still right behind Nico Rosberg. But Vettel seems to be losing out on time. Now, is this a tactical mistake from Ferrari? He's on one lap older tyres than his teammate and Rosberg. Would that be a big mistake from Ferrari? Because Vettel is already losing out on time. He's already lost about 3 or 4 seconds. Or is he just struggling? You know, Spain seems like it's an easy track, but you know, some corners, some sections of the track, if you lose a bit of concentration, then you know, that can be deadly. And Rosberg's back in this as well. Once again, we have the front 3 just slightly separated from the 4th and 5th. Well, still, once again, miles, and I mean about a mile on track ahead of P6 Danny Kvyat with Lewis Hamilton. Far behind Kvyat. Yep. There's a big push here now in this race, and doesn't seem like there's any DNFs yet. We'll ride on board with our race leader for a bit. Yeah, we will ride on board with our race leader for a bit as I try to get my voice back. Jeez, I've actually just lost my voice a bit. Yeah, I think it's back now. Rosberg now gaining on Kimi Räikkönen. We are just over, we're closing into halfway through the race now. And once again, we have the top 3 battling each other. This is how it's been most of the race. The 2 Ferraris and Rosberg. You know, started P1, 2, 3, Räikkönen and Rosberg have swapped positions during the race so far. Rosberg, is he just talking in behind the Ferraris, hoping they'll take each other out? A bit like how the Ferraris got lucky with the Mercedes drivers both getting taken out at Sochi. Is Rosberg maybe hoping for that to happen? You know, Sochi Spain, two very different places. However, Rosberg could be having that thought that's gonna happen here. If we look at the actual 2016 season, the two Mercedes took each other out. Is he hoping that that happens with the Ferraris? You never know. As we can see in the background, it's Salva already being lapped in this race. Not looking a good day for the Salvas, but we'll see what they can do. Maybe they can pull out some points in the end. Who knows? You know, I mean, we almost had a Valtteri Bottas in the Williams podium. We had a Sebastian Vettel race win where he could have been over a minute before he backed out and stopped pushing just to save the engine a bit, as his team told him to. But again, Raikkonen looks for the move. Raikkonen can't make it. Once again, Vettel defending around the outside. And I have the feeling that Vettel will continue to do that throughout the race. But I might be wrong. We've skipped forward a bit as we see Raikkonen's on to pull away and Vettel's really starting to struggle now. And is it time for Sebastian Vettel to come in for new tyres? Or they have come in for new tyres, by the looks of it. Yeah, they're all on the hard tyres now. I mean, Lewis Hamilton P4 is not on the hard tyres. He's still on the mediums. Actually, let's watch Hamilton try to catch a bit. We see Rosberg making the move, and Rosberg's made the move now on Sebastian Vettel. And Vettel is going to push to try to get back past Rosberg. He goes for it, he makes the move. But that is going to mean Rosberg and Hamilton will both have DRS down the next straight. And we're at the halfway point in this race now. Both Mercedes makes a move. Hamilton makes a move on Rosberg. Hamilton made a double move into turn 1 there. But Hamilton is on old mediums. He's going to have to pit at some point. Vettel almost going off the track. And Vettel will continue to push. But he is losing out on time. Hi! He's losing out on time. And this could be dangerous. He laps the Salvo. But as his race just left him here. So has he handed, well, I mean obviously Hamilton has to pit, but has he handed away a race win? I mean, as we see, his teammate, right, starting to pull away. Yeah. And continuing to go along, we push and push more and more. And Hamilton is overtaken. Is it time for Hamilton to pit? He's just lost 2 positions. Is it time for him to pit? That's the big question. No, Hamilton stays out. That's questionable. Why will he not pit over the halfway point in this race? I don't get it. And Vettel continues to try to push and push. Vettel is remaining ahead of Hamilton, but is that going to cost some time? And Raikkonen is now losing out on time to Rosberg as well. The Ferraris don't have much straight line pace as we've seen all season so far, and Hamilton overtakes Vettel with ease here, but Hamilton forces him back out as Vettel does the round the outside. As Hamilton, something wrong with the car. And what's happened to Hamilton? He's got a puncture. Hamilton has a puncture on the rear left tyre here. And we said a few laps ago, was it time for Hamilton to pit? He stayed out. It seems like it was time for him to pit. It was right at the start of the lap, so he's got to go the entire lap with the around. And this was the last thing that Lewis Hamilton wanted today. As he struggles to make it, he sits on the racing line, slowing down the Force India. Hamilton remains just on the racing line. He's going slow. He's not moving off the racing line. He's staying on the racing line whilst he has a flat tyre. This is questionable. Why would he do that? Why would he risk being penalised? And now he finally comes in. And he will go into the hard tyres, I think. Yeah, he goes onto the hard tyres, but he remained out for way too long. Arguably cost him a lot of time. As we see Rosberg gaining on Raikkonen now, Vettel in P3, he's fell back, but he will continue to push. Let me just skip into the next part, which we can really commentate, whilst I have nothing to say at the minute. Vettel seems to be back in this a little bit now. He's gained on Rosberg. Rosberg's obviously gained on Raikkonen. And Vettel is using the full track width. But we're gonna watch Vettel and Raikkonen fight here. Can Vettel make the move? That's a big question. Whether he can or not. Rosberg makes a move. And Raikkonen remains right behind him, and Raikkonen is going to continue and pushing. Is it too late for Raikkonen? And Raikkonen continues to push. He continues to stay right behind Rosberg here. Vettel back a little bit again. I can't tell, does Vettel have the pace to get P2, or is he going to let his teammate take P2? And we see Vettel continuing to push to try catch, but Vettel No, sorry, Raikkonen and Rosberg are the two who are really battling for the win now. As Raikkonen left it, should Raikkonen have pulled away when he had the lead? That's a big question. Should Raikkonen have pushed harder to win the race? You know, not only will that have helped Vettel's Drivers' Championship as it stands, but it would have helped Ferrari's constructors. Obviously, depending on where Hamilton finishes also has an impact on the constructors. Rosberg leads Raikkonen P2, Vettel P3, P4, Ricciardo P5, Verstappen P6, Perez P8, P7, Grosjean P8, Sainz P9, Perez I think, and one of them P11 is Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton has had a decent recovery. He's gained 11 places so far in this race, and he gained more. You know, it'll be interesting. Can Hamilton gain more places? It's questionable whether he can, but he might. As Vettel continues to gain more and more on the car ahead of him, and he is not going to give up. You can tell he won't give up. Sorry, this is Raikkonen. You can tell Raikkonen won't give up. Raikkonen wants this race win. He won a Drivers' Championship in Ferrari. He's going to want to win. Get back on the top step of the podium with Ferrari once more. A Ferrari team which combined has 5 World Drivers titles, but Rosberg now. This is the danger. Was Rosberg holding back and going to pull away, and Rosberg is starting to pull away. And that was the danger. Vettel is gaining on Raikkonen. Is Raikkonen going to let Vettel pass? Should they let Vettel gain? Or try to at least, and if it's not working, just switch drivers back around again. Interesting to see what Ferrari will do here if Vettel does catch enough and Kimi Raikkonen. Now with the lap cars, it does seem like Raikkonen is losing time to his teammate Vettel. And Vettel has DRS in the lap Sauber. Sauber pulls to his side, lets Vettel through. Has Vettel now caught up enough on Kimi? If Vettel gets in DRS of Raikkonen, surely that's time to switch them over on track. Surely that is. Vettel continues to push, no DRS down the main straight. Look, that's not the end of the race. Well, it's time to gain on his teammate. And he has DRS now, so surely Ferrari has to give the team orders to switch him around. They have to think about the Drivers' Championship as well as Constructors. Yes, P2, P3 would be nice, or not have to matter which way around it goes, but Vettel is the Drivers' Championship leader. Surely, Raikkonen has to let Vettel through. That must be the smartest thing for Ferrari to do. At this rate, Vettel's just being held up. Now, as you can see, Rosberg is pulling away. He continues to pull away. P2 is Raikkonen, P3 is Vettel, P4 is P9 for Lewis Hamilton. Now he's gained 2 places since we last checked in on him. Ferrari give the orders for Vettel to pass. And Vettel goes into the dirt. That could have been deadly to his race, but it wasn't. Still remains behind. Anyway, and the Williams has just pulled in front of Vettel. That's not gonna make Vettel very happy. Vettel is gaining more and more as we go through the race. No DRS that time, but he was definitely close enough where if he had it, it would have been a move. And again, he doesn't get DRS. Vettel has not dropped out of DRS territory from his teammate, but when he was in DRS territory, why did the Ferrari not swap the drivers around? I don't get it still. They were in a position where I'm going to watch a normal speed for a little bit and see if he can gain on Raikkonen. If so, will they then make the decision? It's the question of, is it worth it at this point in the race? And he's got DRS this time. Vettel is now very close to Raikkonen, surely down the straight with DRS, he'll have him. Has to be questions asked of whether they go for it. And Vettel goes for it. There's no team orders to let him pass. Raikkonen forces his way back past. Now the Ferraris are battling with each other. Rosberg has pretty much already won this race. He's going on the last corner now as they're coming into the chicane section. Rosberg's pretty much won this race. As long as Ferraris don't take each other out, they might as well fight with each other. And once again, Vettel with DRS, he won't go for a dive bomb. But he continues to push. This time will he get the move done? And he has the DRS, he opens rear, goes for it and he makes the move round Raikkonen. And now he has made Raikkonen. It's late in the race, but he's made the move for P2. And Raikkonen will fight back down this straight. Vettel tried to defend, but he goes around the outside as he's done all the race so far. And now Raikkonen is on the back foot. Vettel is pulling. We are near enough on the fight. I think this is the final lap. Final lap, it's almost the final lap. We're gonna watch Rosberg. We're gonna see if this is the final lap. You can see Rosberg coming down through the last couple of corners. Round the last corner. Is this final lap? No, this should be the final one. We're gonna ride on board with the unarguable race winner now, Nico Rosberg. He drove fantastic. As soon as he got past Raikkonen then pulled away. If he wins a championship, I used him. He did it. Fantastic drive here, and Nico Rosberg wins in Spain. There'll be a two German, one Finn. As Vettel finishes P2, Raikkonen P3. P4 will be Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen P5. P6, however, Lewis Hamilton. What a drive from him today. So your race results in Spain. Nico Rosberg wins from P2. Vettel from pole position finishes P2. P3 Kimi Räikkönen, P4 Daniel Ricciardo, P5 Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton. Fantastic driver of the day from P22 up to P6. There is also with a strong drive, P15 to P7. Grosjean P11 to P8. This Hulkenberg, Fernando Alonso rounds off the point scoring positions in the top 10. P11, 12, Sainz Bottas, 13 Hamilton, 14th Massa, 15th Daniel Kvyat. He had a disappointing drive today. 16th Esteban Gutierrez, 17th Marcus Ericsson, 18th Kevin Magnussen, 19th for Rio Haryanto, 20th for Julian Palmer, Pascal Wehrlein, Felipe Nasr, both up twice, and P21 and 22. As we go to drivers' standings, there's now a 12-point gap at the top between the two Germans. Vettel still leads on 95 points, 12 points behind Nico Rosberg, who overtook his teammate Lewis Hamilton this week. Kimi Räikkönen is now up to P4, with Daniel Ricciardo dropping to P5. Verstappen up to P6, Valtteri Bottas drops to P7, Roman Grosjean and Jenson Button swap positions to P12 and 13, with everyone else staying where they were. In the constructors, Ferrari have closed the gap to Mercedes to 2 points now. 152 for Mercedes, 154 Ferrari. Zahra Force India are up past Williams now. 45 points for them with 44 for Williams. Only 1 point between them. We still have 3 teams to not score points this season. Sauber, Manor and Renault. And in the Drivers' Championship, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 drivers who have not scored a point yet. Kevin Magnussen, Dani Kvyat, Esteban Gutierrez, Julian Palmer, Marcus Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein, Rio Haryanto, and rounding off Felipe Nasr. It's been a good season so far. We go next time for round 6 in Monaco, the race which goes around the entire country.